Located on 225 acres in Garden City, Long Island, Nassau Community College, a member of the State University of New York system, has close to 20,000 students attend the school each year. The college mascot is Leo the Lion, and these are his stories of the school's absolute best and brightest who have graduated over the past 50 plus years. So let's catch up together as the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College proudly presents Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Lion Tales. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and I am a director on the board of the Alumni Association at Nassau Community College and a proud graduate. I am here to celebrate the successes of our alum, and together we will share stories that will uplift, inspire, and often amuse you. Each week, I will introduce you to the alumni of Nassau Community College, interested in sharing their experiences while attending the college and the secrets to their success. Look for many new and exciting events on the Alumni Association social media pages, and share any exciting news with us on Facebook, Instagram, or on our webpage at ncc.edu/alumni. Or find me on X at Dr. Lynnda Nadien. The lion is the mascot for Nassau Community College. The lion is associated with balancing power, intention, physical strength, and grace. Our alum possess these same characteristics and symbolize courage, nobility, royalty, strength, stateliness, and valor. Lions are a symbol of royalty, and all of our alum contribute to the beauty of our college society. Lions are typically decisive, confident, and natural leaders who are focused on achieving their goals. The lion's roar is a symbol of strength, of leadership, and of pride. Together, we are Lion Tales. Today, I would like to welcome to Lion Tales Adeline Mucci, class of 2015. Adeline is a proud alum of Nassau Community College. Upon graduation, she earned a Master of Science in Higher Education, Leadership, and Policy Studies from Hofstra University. Adeline has many hobbies that include music, cooking, traveling, dance, reading, and gardening. She is interested in politics and philosophy. Nassau Community College was special in Adeline's life, and her journey at Nassau Community College has prepared her for being part of a specific school community and guided her through challenges, making her a better student, person, and effective leader. Welcome to Lion Tales, Adeline Mucci, class of 2015.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us about your decision to attend Nassau Community College.
Well, I went to Queensboro. We're going back in 1994. And after I graduated from Queensboro, I decided to come in here because I had moved to Nassau. And then they told me Nassau Community College was one of the best, and it was affordable. And I decided to come here in 2015. That was like years later. 2013, because I graduated in 2015.
2015. So what was the campus like when you first came here, for the first time, that first day of classes?
Actually, the campus wasn't as the way it is now, because they did a lot of renovation.
Yes.
Especially with Student Services Center, things were not the way it is, but they did such a great job. The parking lot, because those are really upgraded. The core campus, they upgraded, I think, in 2016, 17, 18. That's when they kind of changed the whole campus.
Yeah. Now, currently, you're an instructor, student personnel services and academic student services.
Yes.
And you're a professor here.
Yes.
And you are working with many, many students that are coming in. Tell us a little bit about the courses that you're teaching and what the students' expectations are when they come to you for those first days of classes.
Well, when they first come to me on the first day of classes, they're kind of very shy, because the class that I teach is NCC 101. So they just get out from high school. So this is like I'm like the first face that they will see and teaching the class. So my job is to help them the transition between high school to college and have them understanding this is very, very different. They have to be more responsible. They need to, hands-on. And I kind of, show them the library. I'm like the class is basically to kind of introduce them how to do very well, while they're there. So what I do with them, I do workshop with them with anxiety. I do time management. I will teach them. We'll do like project. I'll teach them how to do PowerPoint, and basically we kind of do like, it's not really, it's like a like very basic thing we do, but that will help them to their other classes. And I follow up with them with their classes and see how well they're doing. And I help them understanding the syllabus, because that's something that they don't know in high school. If they understand the syllabus, if they read through it and they do their work from day one, they're going to be successful in each of their class. So I make sure they understand it. I have them bring other classes that they're taking to me in my class and help them navigate their other classes also. Because I think it's not so much I'm teaching them this class, but I'm responsible for all the classes that they're taking as well.
Yeah. How do you think the high schools are preparing students that are, the graduating seniors coming out? Because, coming to a community college, as we both know, was really instrumental in our success. And are the colleges promoting that, you think, to have them come out and go to a community college? Or you think that maybe they're focusing on a 4-year experience, and then some of the kids might say, well, I'm not sure if I could do that. Coming here, what do we have to offer that allows them to really flourish when they get here?
Well, when they come here, what's the difference between the 4 years college and the 2 years college is like the work that they get over here when they first started, it kind of give them a roadmap. We kind of show them how they can, because when you get up from high school and you come to a community college, you're more like undecided. You don't really know what you really want. But the community college, what it does at Nassau Community College, it helps them navigate and figure out what they want to do. And they don't have to come and stay and graduate. But at least, even if they do 1 semester, 2 semester, because I have students that come and they only do like 1 year. And then right away they say, okay, you know what, now I'm ready, because they kind of figure. But Nassau Community College is like a roadmap for them to start, to know exactly what they want to do.
Right. Now, when you came to Nassau Community College, what were some of the first classes that you attended that you really loved and that inspired you to continue?
Well, one of the classes that I took was a paralegal study. And then I did study abroad. So I went to Paris for 3 weeks. That was really, that was a great experience. Oh, wow. With the culture. Yeah. And then, you meet so many people. And then it was like 20 of us. So we get to know all the 20 of the students that we were together. It was such a great experience. And then if I didn't come to that school, I would have never had that experience.
Yeah,
and,
that's
there's a lot of, it is. It is such a great experience.
Yeah. And now when you went abroad and what did you get to see in Paris? And then how did you bring that work back? What did they expect you to do for the culmination?
Well, I had to. Well, the paralegal that we were supposed to go in court and see how the system over there, how they function, it is very different than the way that they do it here. Yes. So we need to kind of experience how the legal system is so different over there. But at the same time, we were having a lot of fun because we went to Amsterdam, we went to Belgium. Yeah, we did a lot. Yeah. And at the end, when we came back, we had to write a 3 pages paper, say what have we learned, and it was really, really fun. I mean, everybody had a great time.
Oh, yeah, that sounds so exciting. I mean, I think, again, if the opportunity comes up, you would say to a student, you study abroad if you can.
Yes.
Even for a week or two is amazing, too.
It's a great opportunity, and you don't get it anywhere else.
No, you probably don't. I know that in the past, they probably had it more often than not, but now it's hard for everyone to get a passport and get over there and do that.
Yes.
And then so you had paralegal courses. What about English or phys ed, any of those courses that you took that you liked?
One of the classes that I really liked a lot was deaf and dying. Oh. It was really, really interesting because I get to I went to the mortuary and then it was a very good experience for me. And then I think a lot of students did enjoy it too, because what they had done, and then we a lot of video, we have a different perception toward life, how fragile life is, how to appreciate, where we at, what's going on, because what the professor did at that time, she brought a lot of videos and we watched, young people get involved in car accident because of drunk driving, and it was like showing a different way of how we have to be responsible. Like, if we're driving, we don't drink. She kind of exposed us to a lot.
Absolutely.
And it was a great learning experience.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. And I'm sure we still have that now. I think we have a program so that you could become the person who goes to the funeral home and does the dead bodies mortuary.
Yeah, mortuary. Yes. We got to visit that, and we see the where they put the dead person, and then we actually met the person that greet people when they come. It was very interesting.
Yeah. And I think we need people that are interested in that to do that work in society because it's probably not for everyone.
Yes.
But I know we do have a program, and I was reading a little bit about it, and that's very interesting that you felt that the class gave you an inspiration.
Yeah, because they expose you also. Because not only you taking the class, but the professor allow you to be exposed. If that's that's where you want to take yourself to. Let's say you want to become a mortuary, have a liberal art in it. You have that opportunity by being exposed.
Wow, absolutely. You were listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Adeline Mucci, class of 2015. So we're going back to when you knew that your academic strengths, and upon graduating from Nassau and moving to the next phase, when you did your bachelor's degree, what did you decide? What was that like? What were you going to do, and what did you study?
I did my bachelor in public relation because at that time I was working at the hospital, so I went to be a liaison. But what I did, I came back over here to Nassau, and I was a public safety officer. And I felt that I couldn't help the student the way that I wanted to help them, to the capacity that I'm helping them now. And the students were actually my inspiration. They inspired me to go back and get my master's in higher ed. And once I went and I got my master's and I started working with them, I'm like, now I'm fulfilling my duty. I feel like I'm doing something bigger than myself.
Yeah, and then moving on from the bachelor's degree, and you did work and earn a master's in higher ed that includes leadership and policy studies, and that was from Hofstra University.
Yes.
And, that's a pretty big program over there, policy, leadership studies. Explain how that degree sort of played into what you're doing now and what you're doing with it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, it's like we did a lot of counseling, while I was there, and then it kind of exposed you to help, student in that capacity. So, because when I went to Hofstra, I didn't really know what I really wanted to do, and then Dr. Finelli, that I know you're probably familiar with, and he knew that I just came from Nassau. I was a public safety officer. He said to me, why don't you do higher ed? Because I think you can really help the student to that, capacity. So there's a lot of things that we did over there that kind of helped me now to navigate and help the student, when I'm giving them advice.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think one of the things that's interesting is because higher ed, the students coming in are still, they could really be any age, but let's say you have a lot of 17-year-olds, 18, 19, 20, and so they still have specific needs to learn how to be a student and how to go through the entire school journey that maybe they didn't do as well in the high school, and they're not really sure. How do you engage those students and make them feel that pride in the work that they're doing and that they can do it?
Well, I usually use myself as an example because I didn't know. I had to figure it out. But I encourage them to get mentoring, to get some, because we have a lot of resources at Nassau Community College that can help them. So what I do, I encourage them to seek anything. I give them the resource, I give them information, I send them to the right people if they need something, like they say that they're kind of lost of what, because we have the department that I worked in, they also have a career center also that help them. If they want to transfer to a 4-year college, we have that available to them, and then we help them navigate and seek the college, because a lot of time on that age, they're very confused. They don't really know what they want. But the class that we offer to them, like liberal art and science, and as they're taking it and they find it as they're doing it and they find something very interesting, they kind of lean on what they really want to do.
Yeah. What do you find the students of today that you have now in the past year or two, what do they struggle with the most? Is it writing, or is it just the having the self the self perseverance to kind of move forward?
I feel like with all the students, they're very, very brilliant, but most of them, when you enter, it's like they have this kind of struggle that because they lack of confidence in themselves. They don't think that they can do it. And what I realized, as you're talking to them, but you got to follow up. You can just have a consult with them maybe one time and just let it go. You got to follow up and say, how you make out? How did you, anything I can do for you? So with that, they kind of really feel like, I have a support system and I can do this. So what I do with them, when they come to the office, I will sit down with them, I will talk to them and try to figure out together, maybe we can figure out what they really want to do. Most of the time, they're still very confused. But, after 2-3 time meeting with them, they kind of say, okay, maybe I should change my major to this one and that one, because they feel like maybe I'm stronger in that kind of field as they're taking classes here.
Yes. And then do you find that in making students aware of the school community, why is that important for them?
It's important for them so they could see that there's a support system available to them, that they're not alone. And then after, if they know that there's a support system and we're there for them, that's gonna motivate them and give them more strength to knowing that yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I may fail in certain thing, but somebody's always gonna be there and then help me out. And that's what I offer to them. I let them know, failure is not is not. You can always kind of get yourself up and then start and then do well.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that they find that they can do more than they ever thought they could.
Yes.
Which, as a teacher, teacher-student relationships, you've built relationships with the students. Do they come back to visit you after?
Yes,
and what do they say when they come back?
Oh, my God. At first they're very shy, but as they realize, because the student, they know when you go above and beyond. They know when you really care. So what they do, they come back and they're really appreciative. They come back, they thank me, because they feel like, if it wasn't me, like I'm their cheerleader. So if I wasn't cheering for them, they wouldn't be able to do it. But I told them they have what it takes for them to be successful. They can do it, but I'm just going to be like a little support to them. But they have it already on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, it's very important because they need the comfort level of being in the classroom.
Yeah, the trust.
Yeah, and that things may seem overwhelming, but that once they sort of get into the routine, they will, flourish.
Yes.
So all your experiences at Nassau Community College really prepared you for your future academic work. And we always talk about this. Did you find that the courses at Nassau were more difficult than when you left and went to Hofstra or went to the next setting? Did you find that it was easier when you got to Hofstra?
You know what happened? Nassau prepared me such a well in academic, so it wasn't like it was kind of smooth ride for me because they really, really get you, the foundation. They really, really get you very strong. So whenever the next level you go, you feel like you got this because the confidence that you get, because it was more like a community. Everybody was working with you together. Yeah. And when I decided to go to Hofstra, I had the reference. Everybody was like, yeah, you can do it, just like I'm doing with them right now. So you kind of feel good. So Nassau really gave me a lot of strength and courage.
Yeah, and it made you feel confident because I thought, this is going to be hard and I won't be smart enough and I'm not going to know what to do. And then I got there and said, this is so easy. How come this is too easy?
Because Nassau prepared you.
It definitely did. I mean, you're talking about, 70-something liberal arts credits.
Yes.
So you've had, everything. Now in phys ed, did you get to take bowling? Do you remember doing bowling?
No, I did swimming.
Oh, swimming.
I did swimming.
Well, see, that gives you, see, I wouldn't do swimming. Oh my God.
I did swimming.
Did you have to put on a bathing suit?
Yes.
And so right now, if you had to describe your current work, what you're doing every day, how do you balance all of that, the work and the play and your hobbies and all that?
Well, I love cooking so much. So whenever there's an occasion, and I look for an occasion, I will cook for like the whole class or the whole staff. Anybody, I say it's anybody's birthday because I enjoy, when people come together. Yes. When I see that, because I think there's a lot of harmony, there's happiness, there's joy when there's food. So I love cooking, and my reward is when I see people eating the food. So I'll cook for 200-300 people, and I'm also responsible for a club. Also, I'm an advisor for Araya, so we do a lot of events. I do a lot of events.
Yes,
yeah, I do a lot of events. So I always invite the students to come to. because this is student activity. So we do evening activity and we do club hours. So whenever there's an evening activity, like right now I'm trying to do something for Valentine. So we're going to do teddy bear.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
we do teddy bear, stuffed animal.
Yes.
I get the animal and with the fluffy and then they stow it. And then they enjoy
like Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear, yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, Build-A-Bear, yeah.
And so what are some of the dishes that you cook that people love?
Well, I make lasagna. Whether or not if you like it with meat or meatless. I sometimes make it eggplant. If my person doesn't eat meat, just eat eggplant and mozzarella and then ricotta. Or I will make it with ground chicken or ground beef. It depends what they preferred. And I'll make macaroni au gratin. That's a French dish. But it's different than macaroni and cheese because we put mozzarella cheese, we put carnation milk, we put mayo. So it's very, very rich.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's very, very tasty. That's one of the favorite. And I'll make like fried pork, and then goat fry, that kind of stuff.
And then what about oxtails? Do you make
I make
that?
oxtail also. I make that Jamaican oxtail and I make rasta pasta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good when there's, different cultural items that people can try.
Yes.
And, people are willing to try different foods because they love eating.
Yes, they love eating.
And, even dessert-wise, there's so many things that you can cook. You were listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Adeline Mucci, class of 2015. Now, we talked a lot about the work that you've done, which is, really incredible because you're a big influence on a lot of these young students coming in. What is your definition of leadership?
I feel like as a leader, leadership, you have to build up other leaders. Because if I'm gonna help somebody, I want that. It's like pay forward. If you lead them in a way that they the right way, and then you set up example and you live as an exemplar, that other person gonna be the next leader, and then it's vice versa. Gonna that because my student, what I do peer panelists. And I have them help one another. And then because some of them has very, very strong academic, they're 4.0. And some of them, they're kind of, not doing so well. But what I realize when they get together, they can help one another. So they're kind of mentoring one another and then, and then create leadership.
Absolutely, yeah. We're doing a lot, as professors, and we're considered, academia, and we're doing all of this work. But I want the students, too, to do the critical thinking and the talking. They do the Socratic seminars where it's just a topic and they can think about it and maybe hear someone else's opinion. And then they're really sharing opinions. It's not so specific that you have to know an answer. And I think that helps anyone to kind of talk for the first time. Do you find that the students are sort of reluctant to open up and speak?
Yeah, they do, but you can. I think a lot of times the reason why they don't want to talk because not only they shine, they don't really have enough confidence in themselves how they're gonna sound. So what I do, I kind of have them engage, because you gotta meet them where they're at, and I don't force them to kind of come out and talk. But I say try it, and then if you don't want to say much, it's okay. And sometimes you could just say 2 words. You don't have to say a lot, and then gradually. And then start talking because I have this seminar that I do, a workshop that I do for anxiety. And then when they come, the stress management, they're very, very shy. They don't want to speak up. And as I'm doing the workshop and I'm inviting them, but I kind of, not forcing them. But once they engage, they don't stop.
Yeah.
But you got to meet them where they're at and allow them to come out from wherever they're at.
Right. And we were talking about this a little while, too, about the mental health aspect and how people are coming with issues or baggage that they may not have dealt with. And then how do you as a professor provide that environment where they do feel a comfort level? And we are aware now of anxiety disorder and how it can affect our performance as a student. What are some of the techniques that you're showing them to not totally overcome it, but to really focus and deal with it and know that it's okay?
Yeah, what I try to do with each of them, like whenever I'm with the student, I share my own story. And I think when you do that, they feel well connected. Because nobody knows your story until you speak up and you let them know. I may be going to some kind of struggle too. I may be going to some kind of something that I never really speak about. So I kind of share it with them, like I'm open up. And then once you do that, they open up too, because they feel like that vulnerability, you become vulnerable too, because you're sharing your part.
Yes.
So they open up and share their part. And then, like, if I have a group of 20, everybody started, and then we realize that we all have something in common.
Yes, definitely. And I guess when we share our story, then they'll know that we're human.
Yes.
Instead of sort of like, there's not really that hierarchy. Like you're on the pedestal and we're down here and we don't know.
Yeah.
They do respond to that really well.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's important to be able to speak about the mental health piece in the classroom, prior to, especially at the beginning when you're starting the class?
I think it's very important because you can identify who's going through some kind of a struggle. Because if you don't try to talk about it as some kind of a form or shape, it kind of put on the side. It's like, you brush it out. But when students see that you're comfortable, you talk about it, other students, because at the end of the day, we all unify. We all one. So others will help others. Because each one time I teach my class, we are more related. That we are more connected than different. And then it's amazing at the end of the semester how everybody's changed their number. They become friends. Because I told them this is the journey, and then we're all in the same journey. To have a degree. So at the end of the semester, we have to work together. So because you be taking classes with somebody and you see them and the person is totally stranger and you spend 3 months in the class. So I'll emphasize to them how important it is, because we meet again. So if we create that kind of relationship right now, it kind of really help you. We talk it to, and then it help you with your grade too. Because sometimes you go into some kind of struggle and the other person may know better, and then they may have some kind of skill, how they study and do well, and they may be able to share it with you.
And building those relationships when the semester ends, and then they might call you.
Yes.
Professor, this is what happened to me.
And they come back to me. They come and visit.
Exactly. That makes you very proud too.
Yes.
So what would your advice be to the incoming students that are coming in, that are thinking about coming here, and what would you want to tell them? I
will tell them this is the place. This is the place. It's affordable, and we have all the resources, and then this is the place for growth, and you will be success. There's no doubt.
And I, even to this day too, I love being on campus. It reminds me of a very happy time.
Yes.
So, how can our listeners contact you?
They can email me at adeline.mucci@ncc.edu.
I would like to thank you for being our guest today. My name is Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and I serve as a director on the board of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association, and I'm a proud alum. Lion Tales is available on a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. More information online is at nccradio.org. Thanks for listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.